Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell, then click all. Thanks! Hi everyone, welcome back, and these are the nails I'm going to be showing you how to do. I used polygel and glue-on tips, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to be using Major Dijit Polygel in the color Skin. It's 004, available on AliExpress. I will include the link. It's one of my favorite cheaper polygels. This matches my skin very well. It's a beautiful color. I think it would go good on anyone, no matter what your skin tone, but it's gorgeous. But unfortunately, it only comes in 15 ml tubes, but it's very reasonable, and I recently ordered 10 more tubes. Here are the tips that I'm using. They are from Gossip Nails on AliExpress. Again, I will include that link. These are perfection for tips. You can do stiletto, ballerina, square. They can be pinched. They're already pre-etched for acrylic, but you still have to take the little bit of a shine off for polygels and builder gels to stick properly. They are beautiful. They're very, very thin and comfortable, and they just fit wonderful. It's the only glue-on tips that I use anymore. I'm also going to be using these little opal pieces from Presto Nails. I bought these at dailycharm.com. Not sure if they have them anymore. When I bought mine, I bought 2 little jars because I knew I loved them so much. I'll look for the link. If it's not there, that means they don't have it anymore. I will be also using my Star Nails Classic Sculpting Gel in clear to encapsulate these nails and build structure. I first apply my prep, which is Bond Aid by OPI, then a primer, Bond X by OPI, and then you'll need to apply a base layer for the polygel. And you can use any base that you want, okay? It doesn't matter what brand, and it can be for gel polish too, that works. Even though these tips claim to be pre-etched, which pre-etched tips are fine for acrylic, you can apply it right over it, but with builder gels and polygels, you will need to re-etch this nail. And the reason being is that if not, the polygels and gels can't adhere very well, even with the base. They could just lift right off this tip. I've already done my prep work, applied my pH bond, my primer, and now I'm applying the base. And you want to apply the base all over your nails and cure per instructions. Just look at that beautiful color. I told you it was gorgeous. I love it. Now, when I apply this polygel, I start down by the cuticle area and pull and stretch the polygel up towards the tip. Now, if I didn't have to apply the opal pieces, I would probably start applying the polygel halfway down the nail into the tip. Cure that, pinch, and then apply the second half starting at the cuticle area and pulling forward. I hope that makes sense. Since I wanted to focus on applying the opal pieces in the center of the nail, not the tip area and not the cuticle area, to create bumpiness around those areas, I wanted it in the center, and I needed the polygel to be soft and uncured so I could press the opal pieces into that polygel and then cure it. So if I did it the other way, like I was telling you, like I usually like to do, and build the tip first, cure and pinch, it would be hard and I wouldn't be able to embed the opal pieces in the soft polygel. This was a very easy nail design. It went quick and it wasn't hard at all. It was just simple. I needed to apply just a little ball of polygel on the very tip because the tip was a little bit too thin. So I just pressed that down, and when you have to add to soft polygel, then you have to blend it in or you'll have a line. So you don't want that. Now I think that this Major Dijit Polygel is very nice. It's a little bit on the softer side, but it blends really well and it moves real well too. Now if your finger does get warm, of course the polygel is going to move a lot quicker if it's on the softer side. So I really did like working with this polygel. It was pretty easy and didn't need a lot of slip solution or isopropyl alcohol. That's what I'm using, 91% isopropyl alcohol here. So the structure of the nail is coming along pretty good. I don't really need to worry too much about the structure right now because I am going to encapsulate this and build more structure later with a clear builder gel. Now I need to come in with my little opal pieces here. And remember, the polygel is still soft and uncured. What I do is I just take my brush and just place just some opal pieces right down in that soft polygel, and I press it down. I want to press those pieces down into that polygel so they're flush and not sticking up all jaggedy. That's why I chose to put the little opal pieces in the center of the nail and not close to the tip or the cuticle area, because I felt if I did that, then there's going to be some bumpiness, you know, possibly maybe me filing out those little pieces, you know, because you got to get your cuticle area flush and nice and smooth. And so I thought, well, just focus on keeping the little pieces of opal in the center of the nail, because I am going to make these nails into an almond shape when I file them. So that's what they look like so far. I'm going to go ahead and cure these and I'll show you how I pinch them. Now it's time to pinch the nail, and I am using some tweezers, and I'm using the wider part of the tweezer. So what I've done is I have cured my nail 10 seconds on the top side here, and then I flipped it over and I cured it for another 10 seconds here. And that way you can be sure that when you pinch, none of the polygel is gonna squeeze out. So you wanna make sure that you at least cure that for 20 seconds before pinching. You can also see it give the nail when you're pinching it, and it'll start holding its shape. Then you put it back in the lamp and cure it for the full cure of about 1 minute, maybe 1 minute 30 seconds. Now it's time to encapsulate these nails here, and as you can see, there is little pieces of the opal sticking up, so that's why you want to encapsulate this, okay? And these are going to be almond shaped nails, and some people are probably thinking, well, why didn't you shape that tip almond? Well, why? You know, save your shaping for when you're done, you know, and get it over all at once. Why file at the beginning and then have to refile again at the end? So that's my thought on that. So anyways, I'm just doing one layer first, and then I'm going to cure that for 1 minute. Okay, this is a second layer of builder gel, and I'm making this layer a lot thicker than the first, and I'm making it kind of like a slip layer so that when I come in with my other gel right here, I'm just stroking that gel forward. And then I use my liner brush, which is on the other end of this brush, and I bring in small beads of gel and place them where I think they need to be to correct the structure, and I pull it forward. You know, I spread the gel forward with the brush. And it's looking pretty good. It really doesn't need much more builder gel than this. It looks great. And really, it doesn't need too much filing on the top surface. I really like how they look. I think most of the filing is probably going to be on the tip area because I need to make them into almond shape. So I will go ahead and cure this for 1 minute. Now it's time to clean off the tacky layer and start doing some filing and shaping of the nail. Now, I didn't tell you this, but this nail, I'm doing this hand, and it's my non-dominant hand that I'm working with. I'm using my left hand, and I'm a right-handed person. So if it looks kind of odd, that's why. But anyways, I don't often show filing on camera because it creates a lot of dust, and I don't want that dust to get inside my camera lens. So I kind of try not to file on camera, but I thought, well, I'll show you a little bit. So I'm just comparing the shape from my other hand to see how much more filing I have to do. These nails are all finished, they're all filed, and the last thing to do is to top coat them and cure for 1 minute. And like I said, these were a very simple set of nails. I really like how they turned out. Very basic and natural looking and simple. And I can also use these nails for a nail bed, and then I can extend them using a form. So yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I want to thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.